everybody, it's Linnea. Today I'm going to be using some of the new products from the latest Whimsy Stamps release. This is from the July 10th release, so I have the Cute and Curvy stamp set I'm going to be using, as well as the Quilted Rainbow Inlaid Die, and these absolutely gorgeous Calico 6x6 papers. I love all of these floral patterns in the 6x6 set, and these are double-sided, so you're going to get 24 different patterns. Isn't that so fun? I had such a hard time choosing my pattern for today's card because I love each one of these. So I'm going to start out by cutting a couple backgrounds using the Quilted Rainbow Inlaid Die. So for my first background, I did not even snip this die apart. This is brand new, straight out of the package, and I'm just going to die cut this from a piece of white cardstock. Run this through my die cutting machine, and check out that stitched inlaid little details of those rainbows. So pretty. Now I'm just going to take my wire snips and separate this die so it becomes two different dies. I'm going to set aside that inner die that has that quilted rainbow pattern, and I'm just going to use this scallop outline. This is going to allow me to cut a piece of pattern paper from the new Calico 6x6 papers, and it's going to be just about the size of a regular card front. I'm going to grab a card front here in just a minute so that you can see how it compares. So see how it's just slightly smaller, and you can layer that on. So obviously then this piece that I cut both dies from is going to be the same. Now I loved this kind of tone-on-tone look where these rainbows, these quilted rainbows, are just pressed into the cardstock, but I thought that a little bit of ink blending would help these pop out a lot more. So I'm going to just take some purple tape and mask off around the outside of this die. And that inner portion that actually cuts that quilted rainbow pattern leaves an indent in my cardstock in my background here so that I knew exactly where to line up this purple tape to mask off the outer edge so that I would have a clean and even edge. I'm just going to use some oxide inks to blend on this background pattern here, and I made it so that it would kind of match the colors of the cardstock that I'm using on my other card. I'm going to be making two cards. So I ended up using carved pumpkin into fossilized amber into squeezed lemonade to create this ombre yellow to light orange background, and see how that masking leaves that perfect scalloped edge around the outside. Now it's time to bring in that new Cute and Curvy stamp set and do a little bit of stamping. So I'm stamping on some Nina white cardstock just because I like to Copic color on that. And I'm going to stamp a couple of these cute and curvy girls, and of course this cute little doggy to go along with them. I left a little bit, but not all of my Copic coloring in this video. My coloring is really quite simple. So I use most of the time 2 markers for each color that I'm coloring. So for my skin tones, I tend to reach for E00 and E21, and I just start with the darkest and blend out the lightest, and I used a little bit of R02 for the cheeks. For hair, I'm using Y26 and Y28 for 2 of the girls, and then I'll be using YR23 and YR27 to have a darker, kind of like a light brown color, I would say. For the dogs, I used warm gray colors, so I used W5, 4, 3, and then I used 1 and 0 on their ears so that it would have like a matching color, but just slightly lighter. My blue jeans, I used B23 and B93, and then I just colored in some greens and some corals to go along with these girls. I trimmed them all out with my scissors, and I also stamped a couple of sentiments to go with these from the Cute and Curvy stamp set. I trimmed those sentiments into banners, and all I'm going to do is just play around on my 2 card backgrounds and just figure out where I want to position these stamps. And then I can adhere them onto my card using some foam tape behind both the sentiments and my images and my little colored doggy there too. Now you could definitely add these backgrounds onto a standard A2 card base, and it would have that pretty background since the Quilted Rainbow Inlaid Die is not quite as large as the A2 card. But I decided to have a complete card that was the shape of this scalloped background. So I cut a second piece of cardstock for each of my cards using just that outline die from the Quilted Rainbow Inlaid Die, so just that scalloped die, not with that inside quilted rainbow pattern. Then I put a score line at about a 1/2 inch from one of the edges, crease that back and forth just to work the fold. Then I'm going to add a little bit of double-sided tape so that I can adhere one of my background panels onto the front of this card. And that's going to give me a shaped card. This is the easiest way that I have found to create a shaped card. And this little background panel is going to fit perfectly onto that second Quilted Rainbow die cut because they are cut from the same die, so it'll be perfect. And with that Calico paper background, you're going to have a little bit of extra oomph on the inside of your card because that pattern is going to show onto the inside since it's double-sided. So here are my 2 completed cards. I hope you enjoyed this quick tutorial using some new products from the July 10th release from Whimsy Stamps. Remember that you can check out the rest of the Whimsy Stamps YouTube channel for even more inspiration. I'll see you guys again next time. Bye!